Boktai! The sun is in your hand. Django, I must talk to you about something. It's about the solar gun, Gun del Sol. The solar gun takes in sunlight as its energy. If you continue using it under strong sunlight for too long, it will overheat. Then you won't be able to fire the solar gun. At the bottom right of the screen, if the gun mark becomes an X, that's a sign of trouble. If you keep on using it under strong sunlight, it will overheat. Go into the shade and let the solar gun cool down. After a while, the gun will no longer be overheated. Even when the overheat status has ended, the gun is still very hot. If you use it under strong sunlight, it will soon overheat again. If it repeats overheating, the safety mechanism disables the solar gun. The safety mechanism will not undo itself until the sun sets. Be careful. Once it overheats, continuing your adventure in the shade, or take a break for a while. Do not be reckless. There is no one to replace you. I'm counting on you, Solar Boy Django. See, I don't know what people are talking about. Hideo Kojima. Oh, by the way, something cool about this game. Every single map screen, like this is overworld basically. Anything that's not a dungeon is overworld. And there's a name for every place. The Road of Encounter. The road where Django and Otenko first met. And that's Fog Castle. What's all this then? Must be some dungeons. That must be where the Count is. The coward. It's like, he's a vampire. Can't exactly come and battle you out here in the streets. Calm path. Undead. Small cave. And yes, every single area has a name. I sense darkness. Nothing big, but Django, this is the city of death. Ends of eras are interwoven here in Istrakhan. The undead you defeat can slip through the time fabric and recover. The journey will take us through dungeons like this one. We will have to pass through many undead dungeons, through many times and many places. Each time we enter an undead dungeon, the traps and devices will be reset, and the undead will be back. You must not lose heart, even when surrounded by danger, understood? We'll need this. Alright, let's go. He'll explain what that is at the end of this dungeon. More tutorials. So, adventure underway, right? We're out here in the streets, right? Am I right, guys? Since the master has introduced us and himself properly, I can now introduce myself properly. Hey, hi, how are ya? It's ya boy, the retrogradiest of them all. Retrograde wears own Omega Jack, aka Daniel Nakaruzu Forties, or George Porter, GSP to some, Aladdin to others. No, I'm joking. Cheesy lines. But I got him. You wanted him. I got him. I got the memes. I got the dreams. It's still daytime, so I'm going to... Oh, snap. Did you see that? Did you see that? Invisible chests. This game has OCD written all over it. Shoutouts to Wooly. Recently playing Paper Mario, The 1,000-Year Door with Reggie, the coolest Reggie. You guys are cool. Min, I know you don't think your stuff is cool or that cool, but I think you're super cool, and yeah, cool. Shout out to you guys, but yeah, this game's got OCD. It's going to destroy us. Nah, I'm just joshing. It shouldn't. It shouldn't destroy us. It should just be a fun adventure. find tremendous. These little outcrops, it's like sometimes nowhere. That's good to check them out. And sometimes there's just invisible layers sitting right there. Like this game is trust me when I say you're gonna want to be aware. Also, is this game got like beautiful glass silver gun frame? No sunrise spreads because they're direct attacks. The attack in that one, the actual is so good, really good. This game's got a lot of Legend of Zelda vibes too. Like gun is like a sword in a lot of ways. A lot of the cartoon parts are interact with their lessons. This is like I don't know how many styles of this game, but I don't want to sound more frustrated. Not playing this game is so much fun. I don't really care how many times I have to do it so I can make it right. The only important thing for me is that I do it correctly. I want this to be the time that I started this game, and if I finish by next year, that's good. But I'm only trying to do scary games that I think will like this at this time of year. Looks like I found a key, Django. Wait a second, that blue key. That was my immortal hands. If you leave the dungeon, their power weaken, and the key evaporates. That blue key can only be used inside this dungeon. Remember that. I'm just happy that I actually see that the stream is actually running and working correctly, because the reason why this takes 1,458 guys is because I keep trying to stream and record this game at the same time, and I keep losing footage. So I'm supposed to record the stream. Oh, Django. With the blue key, you can probably open the blue door. Stand in front of the door and press the A button. Basically, I'm just trying to get everything going so that I have multiple backups of the playthroughs that I had. Twitch being one, recording internally, and having an external recorder as well. We're locked in! Django, take care of all the enemies you see. Pretty cinch, this new item. It's very smart of a device of AI to be able to avoid my guns like that. Looks like an exit. This will do. Use this warp magic square to pass through the dungeon freely. Stand in the middle of the warp magic square and press the A button to warp. Use it as necessary. And every boss battle gives you with that. And how well you do in a dungeon does determine how good the items are. And now we're on Empty Passage. Why did they, it's so crazy that they made sprite work for so many different kinds of locales and places. Gate of the Dead. Appropriate name. Sounds like a mausoleum to me. Ancient ruined mausoleums. This game has such a... It has a Mega Man Legends vibe to it. But it's not that. It's not a Mega Man Legends game. But it's the whole, going into ancient ruins, defeating generic enemies, and collecting items and resources to, continue the adventure. It feels very, I like that. I like games like that. And I'm not going to play, new games or anything, because I am definitely going to be playing new games as well. But I wanted to, It's like, oh, you're playing this, so you're telling me you're never gonna play like any like Dead Space or anything? It's like, no, that's not it at all. I could end up very well playing Soma, because that game is absolutely terrifying, and I've already watched a Let's Play of it, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't play it myself, right? Just like how I've already watched Undertale 1,000 ways, and it's like, oh, dude, you've spoiled it for yourself. It's like, no, I haven't, because I've never played the game myself. Playing something yourself, just like existing as yourself, is a unique feature set that you alone have, no matter what kind of role or life you live. No matter what you think, your existence is value because you're different than everybody else that came before you. Because you're living in this time. The wooden box is in the way. Django, you could probably push it, no? To push these movable blocks, face the blocks and hold down the control pad. Thanks, Master. Sensei. This game's got some Japanese vibes, right? I got a key. Silver medallion. Should probably take a look at the inventory really quickly. See, this is the map screen, weapon screen, item screen. So items, health boost, green apples, most common healing, obviously the color representative of your health bar. Small sour, health boost, medium sweet. I wonder what that means. I guess another kind of apple would be even better than medium, right? As in high. Solar nut recharges solar gun battery. Great, great. Life fruit, get 4 to boost your life gauge to maximum. Pool card, restart area. Empty gourd, warp outside dungeon. Banana, extra strength. Silver medallion, we got 2. Collect them all, and key. We'll be getting more items as we go. And also, this game's only the first game in a series of 4. There's the original trilogy, and then there's the sequel, Future After Earth, Far Future, 4th game that takes on a lot of cues about this game. Got life fruit. Looking for more treasures, because you never know. You never know when a silver medallion is just chilling somewhere and you just didn't know. Such a cool character. Jang. Oh. See that? See how interesting this game is? They can't see me because they wouldn't be able to, right? So I watch them turn around, and then I do tomfoolery like this. Whoa! Ah! Wow. That was a horrifying situation that went from bad to worse in like a matter of seconds. But that's the game. I'm checking out all these areas because I don't want to come back. Like, once you have a lot of stockpiled items, the game is literally telling you that, like, there is going to be a point where there's a point of no return. So you have to come back to every single dungeon when you have more equipment and resources, so that you can get every last single item and goodie in every single dungeon. Defeat the sword! Ow. Sword, why? Why, sword? I thought swords were cool. Ow! Sword, why? This guy's like a mini tutorial for what's to come. Just gotta start spinning the blade. You studied the blade. I studied the gun. Don't bring guns to a knife. Don't bring swords to a gunfight. Not a smart idea. See that? Could almost recharge before I get finished, my guy. B-. Not bad. Red. Star 1, solar gun lens. I guess the game just gives you star solar gun lens. Star solar gun lens, if we can go. Oh yeah, I forgot to go here. Soul, lens of the sun. It purifies the undead. Our main weapon to fight the immortals. Store solar energy in the solar station. Really good. Probably best to save and end games with this like on, with like halfway, so that it charges properly at night, so we can have more we can have more streams at late at night, even in the middle of the even in the late morn, maybe even into the sunrise. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll try and end the game, if not this year, then the year whenever we do finish the series on October 31st, until midnight. It's like play all day. I think that's even gonna be a Saturday, so maybe it's something to consider, right? If not now, then whenever we get there. But there's a lot of this game, even though it's like it's a Game Boy Advance game. There's a lot here because it's mobile. Road of Farewell. Often I take this road first, but I'm going to take right first because I already know what's in here. It's another tutorial dungeon, the Catacomb. Shh, Django, keep the noise down. These are mummies, undead servants of the immortals. I really love how this game is very JoJo, in the sense of like, they put square bracket around everything to like emphasize the importance of remember this, like an enemy stand. Very, very manga. Mummies cannot see, but they have excellent hearing. If they hear footsteps, they'll find you immediately. Flatten against the wall and proceed quietly and carefully. Hold down the control pad in the direction of the wall to flatten against it. Then move along the wall with the control pad held down to stay. Flatten. That. So basically, move around the dungeon against the walls. While you, of course, be an OCD maniac. Whoop. Get away from that. That's gonna suck. That's now they're both on fire. That actually solves a lot of issues. Hopefully they both die. Hopefully they both burn each other up. I hope they keep catching fire from each other. Yep, yep, yep. Nice. That's the neat thing about killing mummies. It's helpful to kill them in those kinds of ways. There is also a fruit called the tiptoe nut that allows you to like move quietly. I don't know when we get that, if ever, but even like on things like puddles and like soundproof floors, it's harder for guys like mummies who are very sensitive to hearing, to anything that you do, including wall taps. You're supposed to lure them and bait them. That's what you're supposed to do with mummies. Can be often hard. See that? See that? See that craziness? This game is insane. And I'm just supposed to like move. Well, I'm supposed to lure him. Whoa, jeez, like, what are you both doing here? See? Oh, see? Well, I guess that works. I guess that works. You're supposed to not take damage from them, and then catch them off guard unawares. And then get your way, like, sneak attack, whatever. But unfortunately, they're kind of weird. Like, I feel like I was so much better at this game when I was younger. Because I used to be able to trick mummies into killing themselves much easier than I am now. Like, see stuff like that? Like, I used to be able to, like, kite them so good into their own bombs. Because that's exactly how you get rid of them. Ah, jeez. See, and then you do things like this. See, like, if you're on fire, you can catch them on fire as well. Ah, jeez. You're not supposed to be taking this much damage. But it's important to try and clear rooms because, as you could see, I couldn't do treasure hunting proper with them around because they're gonna slow everything up. And because this game's a mobile game, or sorry, not a mobile, it's a portable game. This game probably could be remade as a mobile game. But that's not what, it's not a mobile game. But mobile games are designed in that way. See that nonsense? See that OCD nonsense? See that invisible treasure chest nonsense? See that crap? See that trash? That's what Willie's talking about, guys. Like, it's hard, but yo, you gotta collect 100 of those. And you gotta do it. Wonder what that trap's about. Well, sorry, wonder what this switch is. Oh. See, like, you're supposed to, like, lure them. But sometimes they just stop moving after a while. Because they know that they're... Ow. Okay, well. That's basically what you want. You want them catching fire. Yep. The other one exploded somewhere over here. Up. See, and that's what you like. You want to hear the death, because that's what you want from mummies. You don't want living mummies unless they're the mummies alive. Am I right, guys? Sorry, that's me showing my age. Nobody who's watching Twitch these days is young enough to realize that there was a cartoon show called Mummies Alive, where mummies were superheroes in a very Power Rangers-like fashion. And even if they do, there's not any way that anybody knows that song that I could be busting out singing right now. Just because I could doesn't mean I should, right? Even though the song was banger, and it would be a waste to not bless you people with delicious, delicious lyrics. Got the Beatmania frame, which you'd think would be very useful against these guys. Charms enemy with music. The problem with Charm's enemy with music is I don't think this gun part was programmed properly to behave correctly, because usually in a lot of these dungeons you find items that are for the bosses or minions of these first couple of dungeons and areas, but doesn't seem like this particular weapon does what it's supposed to do. Let me explain. Let me see if I can explain. See, it was saying before, watch out for bombs, because it's literally going to be raining bombs. Because this game doesn't want you to have a good time. Wow, come on. Like, that almost hit me. Ah. See, like... all these little hidey holes and areas and spots. Good thing it was kind enough to... See, like, why is the bomb... See, now I'm disappeared. Now I'm off grid. Why is the bomb, like, that close to me? Oh gosh. See, now you're away from me. See, now you're just gonna keep following me like you guys were some shadows. See you later. It might be weird for me to be treasure hunting. Like, if you see me pointing the gun up in the air, that's me pressing A. Idiot. Don't need it. I guess it's not a bad weapon. Huh, wait, actually, if that's what I'm supposed, like, if hitting behind is like the ultimate, so it's like, ow! what you do and there it is. There it is. That's the magic we're looking for. Now they just run into each other. There was one time I did this particular dungeon boss crawl, and where are the other guys? Did they die already? I don't even know if like items can be hidden in a room of mini bosses. I'm just trying to get rid of this guy without wasting my own energies, my own resources. Because now he's dead. Or sorry, he's never been alive. Oh well, he was alive. That's what things were. C+. See, and the what traps are still working, right? Like crazy. 3 green apples for all that trade. Not a fair exchange. Sunrise 7:01. Sunset 18:17. Currently, that's an hour or so away. I'm going to set a rule that I shouldn't have too much energy because this is an emulated version and it has the sun patch in it that prevents, that allows me to even play this and show people what kind of cool things Hideo Kojima was cooking up back in 2004 and 3. This is also the Road of Reunion. You're like, what are you doing? Well, we gotta use the warp square. Because you can't come through a dungeon from the back. At least you shouldn't without asking first. Undead. And only with permission, because permission is the sexiest thing in the world. Ancient Forest. Tutorial Dungeon 3. Django, be careful. That's a clay golem, a soulless statue made by ancient magic. Looks like it's in the service of the immortals now. When golems, he says that like they were in the employ of regular people once upon a time, which would make sense. When golems spot an enemy, they roll into a ball and attack. Don't let them catch a glimpse of you. They'll hear you if you so much as step in a puddle. Be very careful. There is no one to replace you. Getting hungry. Oh wow. Crazy. Gotcha. I'm gonna keep using this. It's good for putting them asleep until I get a better weapon, right? Let's see what else we got in this dungeon. Wow, that seems to be some sort of puddle. So the game is knock 'em out. Why is there so much detail in a Game Boy Advance game? Because it was the first game of its series. Also, because Hideo Kojima's that dude. All in on good ideas, my guy. And this game was definitely a good idea. You cannot convince me that it was a bad idea. It didn't do bangers, but it did get 3 games. We didn't get the 3rd game. That's a fan translation. Whoa. Wow, crazy. Using the Beatmania around these guys is good because the attraction of the sound puts them in places and locations where they have no choice but to follow that sound and be like, huh, what's going on over here? Carved on a sign in the forest. Those without breaking power shall not pass. Well, I guess that means we can't move forward unless we can find a way to break that rock. So I guess we won't be doing that for a while. See, that's what I'm saying. This game is going to be asking you for backtracking. So that's why it's important to do some early investigation, because I don't have a CL nut and the game won't give me one for a while. Whoa, that's crazy, because that could have gone very poorly. Nice. See, you're supposed to take your time like a Metal Gear Solid game, where if you have a limited resource, whereas instead of it being bullets, it's more of a instead it's sunlight, because sunlight are your bullets.